Never wonder why people in countries get bad leadership, but it kind of reflects the average of the people that in these countries, in our countries. You know, it's like if you were drawing straws out of a hat, what color straw that's gonna be is probably gonna be, well, most probably gonna be the color straw where it had the most straws, that color. Next most likely chances is the next largest bunch. If you had 100 blue straws, 75 yellow straws, 50 red straws, probably gonna be blue straws. Then the next up, next biggest bunch. So we get leaders that sort of not necessarily represent what is most average, but chances are not the farthest thing from what is normal. And it's like with averages, it's not like most of the time it's gonna be the number dead in the middle. Sometimes it's a little higher than the middle, sometimes it's a little lower than the middle. One card will be a 5, one card will be an 8, one card will be a 9, one card will be a 2. So sometimes it alternates, a little better than average or a little worse than average. But you know, it says something about who we are. Chances are countries don't end up with the very best that they have to offer in elections in America. The best for the job probably don't ever even run for office. The very best one would be like one chance against all the population chances. So like 1 in 300 something million chance. I think in a country that allows for elections, allows people that want power and status to try for it, and in a way that might be like a drawback to the way we do things with democratic elections, because the best for the job aren't necessarily stepping up. Maybe the best for the job don't think they're good enough, or maybe they're smart enough to be afraid of power. And it might be that people need to get better people to run, put them up to it. In some ways, I think the government should even have a program to find talent, but you know, that could be corrupted too. Also, as corruption goes, when people try to weed out any better competition, like they're trying to get rid of any contention at all, a lot of what that does is like having the effect of weeding out humanity's better chances, better people. So it breeds the population down. And it's bad enough in democracies, but in like communist countries, it's full on government control. And people they don't really get to choose. And there are better people, and they're outnumbered. Really, in a democracy, it's bad enough. But when it's basically under the control of a mafia, it's even tighter. locked in to this, like, they're owned. So not so many chances for better people to come up and do better things. And better isn't necessarily what the leadership wants. They want the rules to say they're the best, whether it's true or not. Sometimes it looks that way. Still though, the leaders that come up sort of reflect something about the average type of people in their country. And the average leadership in the world might reflect the average human integrity in the world. There are a lot of people that are selfish. You imagine how many people are just stubborn and selfish and they'll argue over petty things. Imagine if they were in power. When it comes to places like China and Russia and North Korea and places in the Middle East where they don't even really necessarily care about individual thought. I don't know how they can, the people that is, I don't know how they can even go about stepping up to the government to tell them anything. Maybe nobody tries, but still I think governments need a talent scouting sort of regime. Find better hands and better judgment. But some people, they don't want to give power and wealth and status to anyone other than themselves, maybe. And that's a lot of the problem with humanity, is how people just want for themselves. And I know it's not everyone, and I don't know what is average, but it seems like if people were inherently good on that philosophy, seems like things would be going better. It's a mixed bag. And I don't know if anyone's truly, purely good. And one of the things about democracy and dictatorships is they have to appeal to the average person. That's another one. Sometimes it can be a good thing, keeps them in check in a way. Sometimes they don't have to worry about it as much when they have so much control and power over the public. But in some ways too, the average opinion is not the best opinion. It's the smartest small percentage that are more right. But the chances that things are going to go with the smallest, best percentage, I mean, it's slim. So I think that's one of the problems that humanity is facing, has for a long time. Might be why it's taken so long for civilization to advance to the point that it has. Might be a lot to do with why it's not better than it is. Might have a lot to do with why bad things seem to be on the way. And they knowing about it might be a good thing. So I guess with that, I'll leave it here for today. So that's all.